Hello, what's going on guys? So welcome back to another episode of the Big Minecraft Build. This episode we're going to be building the Skyrim logo for some reason. I don't know why, I just saw it and wanted to build it. I built it a bit close to this, which is a bit annoying. But anyway, let's get straight into things. We only need 2 materials, so it's going to be super easy. Let's go. Okay, so the 2 materials that you're going to need for this build are black and grey wool. So with the grey wool, what we want to do is we want to find out where you want to build it. I've marked my block already. So we want to do 1 grey. Then what we want to do is do a diagonal on each side of this grey, like so. Then we want to go on this right side. We want to go right by 1. That wasn't right. Right by 1, up by 1. Right by 1 and up by 1, like so. And now with the black wool in this gap here, we want to go up by 2, sorry, and left by 1. Now with this grey wool, we want to do 1 more little diagonal on top of that, and that'll be done. Now with the black wool, what we want to do is we want to go up by 1 black on this right here, left by 1, and then we want to go up by 4. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. We want to go right by 1, and then we want to go up by 5 with the black wool. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Right by 1, up by 1, and right by 1. Now if we pull out the grey wool, what we want to do is we want to fill in basically like the gaps that we have here. So we want to fill in all of this gap down here where the black meets the black. We just want to fill that in with grey. Then we want to do like a kind of right diagonal. So opposite this black here on the right, we want to do a grey. Then we want to drag that all the way till it meets the top. We want to do 1 in this corner, 1 going to the right, and then 1 up like so. So that'll give you this shape like here. This is like the bottom of the tail. And now what we want to do is we want to do the same pattern with one black and 1 grey. We want to repeat that 6 more times. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Pull out the black. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And now what we want to do is we want to, for 4 of these top ones, we want to go left by 1 black. So 1, 2, 3, and 4 going downwards, so it should leave a gap of 2 like so. And for this top one, we want to go by either side, left and right, by 1 more black wool like so. So that'll give you the shape here. So if you zoom out, this is what we have got at the moment, and this is just kind of starting on the body. So now we've got this, what we want to do is try and expand and start doing the wing. So we'll go with the left wing to start things off. So we've got this long kind of line here. What we want to do is we want to go up by 1 black, then we want to go left by 3. So 1, 2, and 3. And in the middle of these 3 that we just did here, we want to go down by 1, like so. Now on the top of the same block that we just did there, we just want to add 1 grey like so. Then we want to go left a bit by black. We want to go up by 1 black, sorry. So we want to go up by 1 black, and then we want to go left by 5 black. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then we just want to add 1 quick grey to the left of that. And that'll be like the first line for that wing. So if we go, we could just like carry on this wing down first. This is like halfway through the wing. So what we want to do is basically repeat that pattern apart from the last block of black. So we want to add 4 blocks of blacks, 1, 2, 3, 4. So we need to have this 1 gap missing. We want to repeat this without the grey on the end this time. So repeat that same pattern without the grey. Then we want to repeat the same pattern but with the grey as the last block instead of black. And then we'll repeat that. And then the next layer we do is the 2 middle blocks we want to add as black and not anything else. So just the 2 middle as black. Then we want to do the bottom right black and then the bottom left grey. We then want to do the last block on the right hand side. What we want to do is we want to drag that down by 1. And then we want to drag it across by 2. And I've also forgot that they're in the middle of this one. We just want to go up by 1. So where we did that last one, it should go across by 3 instead of 2. Like so. Now we've got this block of 3 black. What we want to do is we want to shunt that over 1 to the right. So we want to do 3 like this. And then we want to put a grey in that gap like so. We want to repeat that once more, so we need that twice. The exact same pattern like so. Now we want to move that all across one, except the last block, so it's only 2 black this time instead of 3. We want to do the same thing, so it should be 1 grey and 1 black. Repeat that one more time, and then for the final touch, we just want to add 1 grey at the bottom. So if I zoom out, hopefully you can catch that. If I zoom out, you can see the wing starting to form there. So now what we want to do is make our way up to the top of the wing. So hopefully I can explain this one a little bit better. It's actually surprisingly hard to explain. So now we have this line here of grey and grey. What we want to do the outline of this wing to begin with, we could probably, yeah, so I've got a good way of doing this. What we're going to do is we're going to do a top left diagonal with the grey, like so. Top left diagonal with grey, going up by 2. We then want to go left by 1. Then we want to do up by 1 and left by 1 as well. And this same pattern with these two just needs to be repeated twice again, like so. Now this top right block, we need to add 1 on the top, 1 going to the right, up by 2. Like so. We want to do a top right diagonal going up by 2 again. A top right diagonal going up by 1. And same again, so another top right diagonal going up by 1. Then we want to do 2 top right diagonals like so. Now what we want to do is pull out the black, and what we're going to do is we're going to go right by 1, up by 2, right by 1, up by 2. So this will give you the tip of the wing. And now to make our way down, what we want to do is drag this down by 1, go left by 1, drag it down by 3, 1, 2, 3, add a grey wall then, do a bottom left diagonal with the grey wall, do another, oh no, then we want to go down by 3, sorry, so we want to go down by 3 grey wall, so 1, 2, and 3. We just want to add one little feature, and on the second block down of these 4 that we have here, we want to go right by 2 black wall, and then down by 1 like so. So it should give you this little pattern here, and that's kind of, I don't know what that is, like a claw thing on the wing or some shite like that. So now we have these 4 grey going down. The bottom 2 grey we want to repeat on the left hand side, and then we want to drag that down by an additional 4. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. We then want to do a bottom right diagonal, and we want to drag that across by 3, like so. 1, 2, and 3. So if we zoom out, this should be the shape of the wing, and you should be able to see it kind of forming there. So it's like the tip of the wing, like so. So now we have this final kind of line that we just did then. What we want to do is we want to go up by 2 black and go left by 1. And that should be like another little claw thing. And then what we want to do at the end of this big line of 4 grey that we have going on here, we just want to drag that across by 7 black wool. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Then we're going to drag that across by 4 grey wool, 3, 4. And now the pattern on each side is identical, but we'll still go through it anyway. So from the grey wall here, we want to go on the first grey wall up by 2 and right by 1 to give you the same claw on the other side. Then if we do the head quickly now while we're at it, so what we want to do is we want to come across from one gap from this left hand side going on to the right. We want to go up by 5 grey, so 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Now we want to repeat that with the black going right of it by 2 more, so repeat that with 2 black going to the right, like so. Now on this bottom one, we want to just add 1 more black to the right, like so, then we can leave that. Now the next layer up is these 2 black. We just want to elevate that 1 more and go right of it by 2 grey, like so. Now the next layer is the exact same, it's just shifted right by 1, so black, black, grey, and grey overhangs by 1. Now over these 2 grey, what we want to do is we want to add 2 black on the next layer. Then on this right hand side, drag that up by 2, go left by 1, up by 1, left by 4, so 1, 2, 3, 4, down by 1, left by 1, down by 1, like so. Now on this line of 5 that we have here, we want to repeat that apart from the last block on the right. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Only want to put them 4. Then we want to do on the left hand side 2 blocks going on from the left. We want to miss a block, and then we want to do 2 more blocks going on from the right, like so. Now on this left hand side, where we got these 2 blocks in the top left corner, we want to go up by 2 and then right by 1, and that's one of kind of like the ear things, if you will, maybe an ear, I'm not quite sure. And on this right hand side, we want to go up by 1 and right by 1. We'll leave that, and that is the end of the head complete. You can kind of see the shape of it. It will look better when it's actually filled in and done. So what we want to do now is we could probably do the top of this next wing quickly while we're at it. So what we want to do is we want to come to the end of this line of grey. We want to add 1 black wall to the right hand side. We want to then go up by grey on top of this black by 6. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. Now these 2 top ones on the left, we want to 2 top ones on the top, we want to go to left like so, and we want to drag that up by another 2. 1, 2, so that'll be the long line of 4 that we have going along there. Now we want to do the same as what we did before. So with the black wall, we want to do this 1 coming in from the top. We want to drag that across by 2 left blocks and 1 going down on the bottom like so, to give you this kind of claw shape. If we zoom out, we'll be able to see that now. So we've got all the like little claw bits there. So now what we want to do, now we have this line of 4 going up, we want to pull out the grey wall, do a top left diagonal with the grey. And on top of that, we want to add 4 black wool. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. We then want to go left of that black with 1 black and up by 3 more black. 1, 2, 3. And go left of it by 1 and up by 2 like so. So that should be identical to the other side. Now I just want to go back down. So we want to pull out the grey and we want to line it up with this one here, just so we know. So it's in line with these 2 that are hanging out. So we just want to add 1 grey into this corner. What we want to do is we want to do 1 being in 2 bottom right diagonals. So that one you can place it just next to it, and 1 going down like so. On the bottom of this diagonal, we want to go down by 1, do a bottom right diagonal and go down by 1 like so. So the same. We then want to do a bottom right diagonal and this time go down by 2. Now at the bottom of this big line, we want to go right by 1, and then we want to drag that down by 3. So 1, 2, and finally 3. We then want to go 1 right to the bottom, and we want to drag that down by 4. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. Now missing out 1 on each side, so the top and bottom, just leaving 1 of them, and those 3 blocks in the middle should be what we need to complete that first bit of the wing. And like I say, it should be identical to the other side, which it is. If it's identical, that means you're doing it right. If it's wrong, then just go back and double check it just in case. But it should only be a slight thing if you follow me. If I am going too quick, then let me know and I'll try to slow things down in the next episode. If I am going too quick, just pause it, rewind it, and have another go. So now we've got these double stacked blocks here. This bottom left corner, all we want to do is we want to go left by 1 grey block, drag that down by 2 grey, do a bottom left block, drag that down by 1. Then we want to pull out the black, do a bottom left diagonal black, 1 going down with the grey, like so. We want to repeat that again, so we're going to pull out our back, do a bottom left diagonal, pull out the grey, oh, my apologies. And then we can start doing exactly what we did on the other side, which you might do now, which is just like fill it in as we go down. So we're at this block now. What we want to do is we want to go left by 2 black. Now this next layer is 3 black going to the 1 to the left of this. So these 2 same black and then 1 going to the left like so. Then we're going to do the same pattern, just this time with a grey going to the right, and we want to repeat that pattern twice like so. Yep, so that should still be in line, just to double check. Then we want to repeat that for 1 more to the left, so no more, so there's only 2 black instead of 3 basically. And then what we want to do is have 1 black instead of 3. Then finally we want to have 2 grey and then a bottom right grey like so. So if we zoom out, it should be exactly the same. And then let's fill in this tiny bit of the bottom wing first. So what we're going to do is go to where we had this black and grey here. So these two blacks, 1 grey. What we want to do is go to the line above, and we want to make that 2 black by adding 1 to the left there. Now this line across, we want to add 3 black going to the left of that grey, like so. Then we're going to have 4 black on its own, so what we're going to do is add 3 to the already existing black that's there. And then we want to make this, we want to repeat that 4 black with the grey here another 2 more times, just like so. So that should be all that black there. Now what we want to do is we want to come right of this top black that we just did there. We want to add 1 grey wall, go left of that by 1 black wall, go down by that black wall, and then you should have it connected up like so. Now the rest is pretty simple. There is a few more little, if we pull out the grey wall, what we want to do is we want to come to this lone grey wall here. We want to do a top right diagonal, go left, right of it by 2 and up by 1. We want to go to this other lone grey wall. We want to do a top right diagonal with a black. Then we want to go left by 4 grey and up by 1 like so. Now if we zoom out, I'm pretty sure, I've got a really tickly cough. I'm pretty sure that is all of the grey coloured in. So what we need to do now is pull out the black and fill in all of this wing, all of the body and all of that wing with the black wall. So bear with me while I do that. Okay, so there we have it guys, that is 100% complete Skyrim logo pixel art. I hope you all enjoyed. If you have any suggestions of what you want me to build next, then leave them down in the comments below and I'll get right on them. So thank you very much for watching. If you enjoyed, please slap the like button down below. Thank you for watching. We'll see you in the next episode.